Stories Pictures Tell by Flora Carpenter. A Project Gutenberg original.
The First Step. Artist, Jean-Francois Millet. Questions. What do you see in this picture? What is the father doing? Who holds the baby? What is the baby trying to do? Why is the picture called The First Step? Why do you like this picture?
The Last Supper, Leonardo da Vinci. Questions. What does this picture represent? Where do the figures seem to be? Why do you suppose the artist placed all his figures on one side of the table? What makes you think the disciples are excited? How many do not look excited? Which is the central figure? How is our attention directed toward the central figure?
A Helping Hand. Artist, Émile Renouf. Questions. Where are this man and little girl? Where do you think they are going? What do you suppose the man does for a living? Why? How is he dressed? What makes you think he loves the little girl? What is the little girl doing? How is she dressed? What kind of a boat is it? Why is it called a helping hand?
Mona Lisa. Artist, Leonardo da Vinci. Questions. What is this woman doing? Where do you think she is sitting? How is she dressed? How has she arranged her hair? What can you say of her hands? How many think she is smiling? What is there mysterious about her expression? Why do you think no one is able to understand it?
The Gleaners. Artist, Jean-Francois Millet. Questions. What are the three women doing in the field? What have they in their hands? How do they use their aprons? Why do you think their work is hard? What story is told in the background? What time of the year is it? What do you like best about this picture?
Pilgrim Exiles. Artist, George Henry Boughton. Questions. Where are these people? Who are they? Who were the pilgrims? Where are they looking? Why do you think they may be homesick or sad? What time of day do you think it is? What time of year does it seem to be? How is the man dressed? The two women? What relation do you think these people are to each other?
A reading from Homer. Artist, Sir Lawrence Alma Tadema. Questions. What nationality is represented in this picture? Why do you think so? To what are they listening? What do their expressions indicate their feelings to be? What musical instruments do you see in the picture?
A member of the Royal Humane Society. Artist, Sir Edwin Landseer. Questions. Where is this dog? What kind of dog is he? How do you know he is lying in the sunshine? Do you like this picture? Why? Saved. Artist, Sir Edwin Landseer. Questions. What has happened? Where are the dog and the child? Why do you think it could not have been a shipwreck? Why are the seagulls flying around? What can you see in the distance? What kind of a beach is it? The Mill. Artist, Jacob van Rysdale. Questions. In what country would you expect to find such a scene? What do the clouds suggest to you? Why do you think the little sailboat you see is not the only one in the harbor? Why do you think the arms of the mill are not moving very rapidly? How is the land protected from the water? What is the center of interest in this picture?
Four little scamps are we. Artist, Julius Adam. Questions. How many of you like little kittens? How many have a kitty at home? What are these little kittens doing? Where do you think they are? How many of them look happy? What do you suppose these little kittens have been doing? Which one would you choose for your pet? Why? Why do you suppose it is called Four Little Scamps Are We? Highland Shepherd's Chief Mourner. Artist, Sir Edwin Landseer. Questions. What do you see in this picture? For whom is the dog grieving? Is there anything in the picture that would suggest the country in which he lived? What kind of dog is this? Tell something about his life. Do you like this picture? How does it make you feel? Can't you talk? Artist. G. A. Holmes. Questions. What do you see in this picture? Where are they? Why is the stone floor not too cold for the baby? What time of day do you think it is? Why? What do you suppose the baby has been doing? What makes you think the big dog loves the baby?
Joan of Arc. Artist. Jules Bastien Lepage. Questions. What is represented in this picture? Where is it supposed to be? What is the girl doing? How many figures can you see faintly suggested against the trees in the house? Why do you think they are not real like the girl? What can you see in the distance? What can you tell about Joan of Arc? Where does she seem to be looking? How is she dressed? The Fighting Temeraire. Artist, Joseph Mallord, William Turner. Questions. What is represented in this picture? Which boat is the Temeraire? What smaller boat is towing it? Why do you think it needs to be towed? What can you see in the background? What kind of a feeling does this picture give you? Oxen ploughing. Artist, Rosa Bonheur. Questions. How many of you have ever watched oxen ploughing? How are these oxen geared together? How many oxen usually draw one plough? Why do you think they use so many in the field? With what part of the body do the oxen pull the plough? Why is the earth ploughed? How can you tell that the soil these men are ploughing is moist and fertile? How is the driver urging the oxen on? What do you consider most interesting about the oxen? The end.